Hi, and welcome to my channel, where we talk about everything beauty, fashion, decorating, life changes after 70, and living in SoCal, as we lovingly call Southern California. So welcome to my channel, and today I wanted to come to you and talk a little bit about the grieving process of losing a spouse after, for me, 57 years of marriage, and we knew each other for 60 years, so it was a long time. It was a lifetime. And it's been 8 months, 8.5 months already, and it feels like yesterday. And I had an experience recently that I wanted to come on and share with you, because grieving, it's important to know, is different for absolutely everyone. And we all go through it different ways, different stages, and different lengths of time. But some similarities that I find that we all go through. And mine is very deep because of the length of time that my husband and I were together. I went from graduating high school to getting married and my husband and I moving in together. And so I never knew a life without him. I've known him since I was 14, he was 15. So, but it doesn't matter if you have not been married that long and you still lose a spouse. You still have the grieving to go through, and it's your experience. And don't let anybody tell you that you're taking too long, or you're not taking long enough, or that you're grieving too hard, or you're not grieving hard enough. It's your journey, and embrace it, because we have to go through it. So I've had a lot of ups and downs. I've had some good times. My daughters have been wonderful to me and really helped me in my journey, doing things for me, taking me places, keeping me busy. But God bless them, they have their own lives to live. And so we do have our down times. And the hardest for me a lot of time was nighttime. I've gotten over a lot of that, and maybe I'll talk about the beginning of my journey another time, but I wanted to share with you what happened to me this last week. I went grocery shopping. Well, again, he used to do all the grocery shopping for me, and so it was a challenge for me to get into the grocery store and start shopping. Another challenge is shopping for one person. Just picking up food for one person made me cry. So I went to the grocery store, and it's the end of October. And so a lot of Halloween stuff was out. So I saw all of my husband's favorite things, and that was tough on me. And I teared up a little. And then I continued through, and all up front, they've also starting to get, not everything yet, but they were starting to get all of the Thanksgiving preparations up. So they had all of the cooking things for that. In that, I saw some of my husband's favorite things. Some of the cooking things remind me of things that I fixed that were his favorite. Knowing that the holiday is upcoming, I hope I can get through this without crying again. Knowing that the holiday was upcoming, I just am really dreading getting through it. I'll be honest. This is my first holiday of Thanksgiving and Christmas without him. Sorry, I didn't make it. So, it's hard, but we have to go through them. But I wanted to tell you, after that, when I came home and put my groceries away and everything, which we always used to do together, so I had to put those away by myself. Not that that's been my first time. I think it's the holidays that set me off. I'm sure it was. Something else that happened to me at the grocery store. I went to the bread aisle. I don't eat a lot of bread, but I went through the bread aisle and I saw hamburger buns. And I thought, I've got a couple of hamburger patties, frozen ones, that are healthy ones, good for me, that I could fix. So I looked at the hamburger buns. I don't know if you ever thought about this, but they're in a package of 8. What am I going to do with 8 hamburger buns? I know somebody of sound mind would say, well, freeze the extra ones until you need them. Well, my mind didn't go there. My mind went to sadness. And that made me cry in the store. And I thought, why don't they make hamburger buns? They used to make them in packages of 4. Why don't they make them in packages of 2? Just a little bit, or at least 4. So when I got over my grief and I was talking to my daughter the next day, she was kind of sweet and she kind of giggled and she said, why don't you take a friend and go to the park and feed the ducks with the leftover hamburger buns? And that was kind of lighthearted, and I thought that was sweet. Gar always liked to feed the ducks. Woo, here I go again. Anyway, I came home and I put the groceries away. And I went into such a state of sadness, bordering depression for the moment, which is not a bad thing so long as you don't get comfortable there. Then you have to seek help. If you get comfortable in your sadness and depression and it doesn't go away, then it's important to seek help. So I'm sitting there and I am just, my grief was overwhelming. It was immense. And I didn't know what I was going to do with it. And I'm thinking, I just felt like I was in a pool of grief, if that makes any sense. And so I thought, I think I have to seek counseling. I've been through 8 months and everybody says, oh, you're taking too long, you're grieving too hard, you need to seek counseling. And I'm like, you know what, I got this. I'm going through the steps, I've got the books, I've got the classes, I've got the emails. I'm not doing this alone. I've got a support of friends. I know what I'm doing. And the other night, when I put the groceries away and it really hit me hard, I thought, this does not feel healthy. I need to seek counseling. I got to see somebody. And I was just so heavy with grief. And I went through a couple of different feelings. I went through anger for myself for could have done things different, better, shoulda, coulda, woulda. I went through guilt of not doing more for him or doing certain things for him. But it wasn't like this. It was heavy. And I felt the heaviness. I knew that it was serious. And it was just like a wave came over me and just put me into that wallowing, for lack of a better word, in grief. And I also know that they say that it comes over you in waves. But at that moment, it didn't feel like a wave. It just, and I think what they mean by a wave, now that I've been there and I'm thinking back, that it's like a wave. If you've ever been out to the ocean and the wave just comes in and whoop, and it just knocks you down or takes you under. And that's how I felt. And it was late at night, so there was nothing I could do. So I'm thinking, I really need help. I've decided this is my breaking point and I need help. I was just really in trouble and I felt it. And so I thought tomorrow, because I can't do anything late at night, tomorrow I'm going to do something about it. I'm going to reach out and I'm going to find somebody, someplace I can go talk to somebody. And so I sat there and I finally turned the TV on and I was watching TV and all of a sudden, about 3 hours after all of this immense, terrible, emotional grief, I thought, I feel better. Do I really feel better? It's like you want to pinch yourself, Do I really feel better? So I kind of, went on watching the program and I thought, I really feel better. And I got up the next morning and it was gone. And I was back to my daily activities, missing him in everything I do. But that heaviness, the heaviness was just gone. So that wave, whew, it just came in and it swooped me. And it grabbed me and it threw me right under the water. And I thought I was drowning. And just as quickly as it threw me under the water, it went back out to the ocean and left me laying there on the sand to pick up the pieces once again. So that was my experience of going to the grocery store during holidays. And I'm certain this will not be my last before the holidays are over. But at any point, if you know anyone that's going through this grief or that you're experiencing it because of loss of a loved one, please share this video with them. And let them know that it does come in waves sometimes. And sometimes it's just the little daily things. But God will carry us through this. And, there's that poem, Footprints in the Sand. And it's like, God, where were you? I was only seeing one set of footsteps. Where were you? And he says, that's because, my child, it was a heavy time for you and I was carrying you. So it was only my footprints you saw. That's my changed version of it. But if you know the poem, you know the point. So there is hope. We do get through this. They say the first year is the most challenging. So I encourage you to get up, get dressed, get makeup on most days when you can. I don't every day, but I really try to force myself to put makeup on, and I may sit and cry with that makeup on and ruin the makeup. Or it may help me get through the day. Coming to you and talking to you like this helps me get through. So I want to thank you for listening. Thank you for letting me cry a little. And I really want to encourage you, if you're listening to this, know that we can get through this day by day, and we get stronger and stronger. Even though the waves hit, we're getting stronger. Because if that heavy wave had hit me in the beginning, it would have pulled me out to sea. So keep going, my friend. Keep going. And if you haven't and you'd like to, please subscribe and hit the little like button. And share this video with anyone that you know could benefit. And just know, if no one else tells you today, I love you. Have a great day. Bye.